There's an elegant little twirl into place here. Guys, I hope you're doing well. We're going to do a Pilates session for you today using some light weights. So whatever you've got available to you, nothing too heavy, okay? So if you've got light dumbbells, somewhere around kind of 2 kilo max is probably fine. If you've got the strength bars, I'm going to use my gorgeous weighted balls from AMP. So you decide what you're going to use. You don't need it straight away, so just set it down in the end of your mat for me. We're going to come into our Pilates positioning, a bit of everything today, a bit of upper body, a bit of lower body, and of course, as always with Pilates, we'll be focusing in on the abdominals. So if you come to standing, sides of your feet next to each other, thighs squeeze together, lengthen up through the spine. Let's roll, reset those shoulders, relax them away from the ears. Try not to hold any tension through your hands, so maybe give your wrists a little roll, fingers a little wriggle. You're going to keep your heels pinned together, but you're going to turn your toes out to the corner of your mat. Feel those glutes fire up straight away. Still keep thighs squeezed together here for me. And then we're going to rock up onto our tiptoes and lower our heels back down behind our feet there. Just pick up your toes, give them a little wriggle here as well. Maybe rock a couple of times up onto your tiptoes and then lift them so that we give the base of our feet a little stretch through, all the while keeping that spine nice and long, shoulders relaxed. Let's do that one more time with the toe lift, and then just give a very gentle little pedal through. Nothing crazy, we're not swaying our hips from side to side. We're just gently pedaling through the knees mainly, trying to get rid of any little creaks that we may have going on through the knees. And then just lift the kneecaps up ever so slightly. Try not to lock them out, but just lifting so you can feel a little bit of tension creeping in to your quads at the front there. Bring your hands up to your hips. We're going to circle around. Again, really small little movement here. So the knees will pedal a little bit. Everything from ribcage and above is staying nice and still. Hips are just coming in a really small little circle around. Good. Keep going. Then change direction. Good. And then come to stop somewhere in the middle. Because what we often do is we end up stopping, not that we circle around necessarily, but we end up standing like this, all skew with our posture completely thrown out. So let's bring everything back to center. Hand to the front of the belly, base of the spine. A couple of little pelvic tilts here. So rock your pelvis, tuck your tailbone all the way under. Feel that stretch through the hips. And then press it out, curve the base of the spine, bottom coming out behind. Again, we tend, if we're not concentrating on posture, to end up maybe a bit like this, a bit like this. The difference is profound. So let's stop somewhere in the middle of those two ranges of motion. So your hips are tucked slightly under. Good. Bring your hands up to your ribcage. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths for me. I'm not going to count you in, so you just do these at your own pace and rhythm, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Just becoming aware of your breath. Good. On your next exhale, let's reach the arms up. Good. Feel that lovely stretch through the ribcage. Good. When you're ready to exhale again, we're going to take it into a little side bend, trying to keep the hips where they are. So again, not throwing out, keep everything in alignment for me. Inhale up and exhale out from the other side. Good. Inhale back up. Exhale, you can swoosh down. Soften through the legs a little bit more, let your arms sway, pendulum, whatever they want to do. Give your head a little shake off. If you want to move your hips here, then feel free. And then when you're ready, just slowly peel yourself back up to standing. Rolling to reset at the top. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pick up your weights now. And we're going to start with the knuckles facing backwards, palms facing forwards. Just make sure when you come back into position, your feet aren't out here. Bring them back in to hip distance apart for me. We're going to inhale up. Knuckles stay facing forwards. Good. exhale down, draw the elbows in, weights come to the shoulders. Keep those elbows tucked into your rib cage. Take a breath, extend out to 90 degrees. Good. And then rotate out. Good. We rotate back in. We fold into the shoulders. We exhale, press up. Good. And then on your next breath, release back down. Roll and reset here at the bottom. So it's a little staged move, quite a few little pieces to it. The first one is you come up with your exhale. Good. On your next breath, draw those elbows down, holding here. Next breath, extend outwards. Good. Open wide. Draw back in to the shoulders. Exhale, press up. And lower back down. Roll and reset once more. One more time, taking it through. Straight arms up. We bend at the elbows. We extend out. We turn and rotate. We bring back into center. Then up to the shoulders. Big exhale, press up. And then release back down. Roll and reset here. Turn so your knuckles are facing the side now. We're going to scissor those arms. Torso staying perfectly still. So try not to rotate the hips. Try not to sway the body back and forth too much. The way that we do that is that we just gently connect into those abdominal muscles. Pulling in belly button towards your spine. See why we only needed very light weights here. Even with these, I'm feeling absolutely the burn through the shoulders. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Release both back down. Just roll and reset those shoulders for me. And then you're going to take your arms out to whatever height you can whilst keeping them straight. So it might be here, okay, depending on what weights you're using. You might be able to come up to here. As soon as you start to feel your elbows bend, draw it back down a little bit because we're holding. Don't let the shoulders creep up. Relax them down. Good. For 3, for 2, for 1. Release, roll and reset. And now turn so the knuckles are facing backwards again. We're going to exhale, bring up to 90 degrees, and we're going to pulse. So with these balls, I can just lightly rest them in my palms. I'm not really using my grip muscles here. If I was using kind of a thin bar, I'd also be working into my grip muscles a little bit more. Pulse through. Good. And then we exhale, take one away. And then the other one. Again, keeping your hips entirely stable, entirely where they are. It's tougher than it looks, right? These small moves with small weights through Pilates, never simple. Good, use your breath. Exhale away. As you exhale out, pull up belly button in. For 4, 3, 2, and this last one both together. And 1, perfect. Knuckles to the front. Use your weights to help pull you down into a forwards fold. Good. Relax those shoulders, that mid back, lower back. Move those hips, pendulum those arms. Beautiful step. Exhale. And then release yourself back up to standing. Good. We're going to step the feet out. So shoulders and arms are getting a little bit of a break here. Step your feet out nice and wide. Toes are turning to the corner of your mat. We're going to come down into our nice deep plie squat. You can rest your hands and your weights on your knees here. We're going to start in with an alternate heel lift. Try and keep your body upright. So imagine that there's a pole running up the length of your spine. You don't want to hinge forwards on that pole. It's going to come out somewhere where you don't want it to. So stay nice and straight. Good. Keep those alternate heel lifts coming in. It's not the best visual cue I've ever given. Good. 3, 2, 1. Let's go doubles. Nice. Again, draw in through the belly button. Good. Tuck that pelvis ever so slightly under. Who's got wobbly legs? Breathe. You're doing great. 4, 3, 2. On this last one, hold up if you can. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the heels. Slowly bring yourself back up to standing. Walk the feet back in. You're going to come to the end of your mat. Set your weights down just by the feet is fine. We're going to come into a roll down, okay? Just a half roll down to begin with. Tuck your chin to your chest. Articulate your spine. Give your knees a little bend if you want to. And then just a little sway side to side. Before you come back to center, roll yourself back up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Reset those shoulders at the top, and then this time coming all the way down. We're going to walk it out into a plank. Bearing in mind, you can absolutely adapt your planks. If you need to come into a 3/4 plank, elbow plank, please do. Just your feet if you need to. We're going to hold here. Gently again, lifting that belly button away from your mat. Good, breathe. As soon as you're feeling you want to, you can take yourself down to your knees and press yourself into child's pose if you want to stay in plank a little longer. Be my guest. And then when you're ready, exhale up to all fours. You're going to need to take one of your weights. So bring it into your right hand. From here, we're going to come into our Superman pose. So let's take the left leg away. Squeezing the glute to lift it up nice and high. And then the right hand with that weight is going to come out in front. You want to try and get yourself, as you would do in your normal Superman positioning, so that that arm is elevated all the way up in line with your ear. I know you're holding the weight and the temptation is going to want to be to let that arm drop. Try and keep it high if you can. Good. If you want to bring in that little under torso crunch, knee and hand with the weight towards each other, then do. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee back down. Hand that was holding the weight, let go of the weight now. Just leave it underneath your torso as you come into the thread of the needle. Sinking down, relaxing that shoulder to the mat. And then when you're ready, exhale, press back up. From here, take it into a couple of cat-cows. Giving that spine a nice little bit of movement here. Just giving yourself the opportunity to come back to your breath. Good. Soften off to your neutral spine. Take your weight into your opposite hand. So Superman on this side. So this time the right leg extends away. Squeeze the glute, lift high. Take that arm up and out all the way in line with your ear if you can. Good. You're trying to create as straight of a line as you can from your fingertips to your shoulder down through your spine. Glute to heel. Option to add in that under torso crunch if you want to. If you're doing that, again, take that arm up nice and high on your extension. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the knee, release the hand with weight, release the weight, and come into your thread the needle on this side. Really relaxing down into it. Take a breath here. Good. Exhale, press back up. Another set of cat-cows for me. Good. Inhale up into your cat. And then exhale as you press away into cow. How lovely does that feel? Once more, you're going to press into child's pose. Take your knees a little wider if you want a little bit more space for your hips, your pelvis. And then exhale up to all fours. We're going to flex the toes, coming into your down dog. Pressing your heels, sinking them towards your mat. And pulse it through or pedal it through here if you want to. And then in your own time, when you're ready, you're going to start walking those fingertips back in towards your toes. Ever so slowly, there's no rush here. Start peeling yourself back up to standing. Shoulders, head and neck, the last thing to come up. You roll and you reset them. Exhale up, take the arms up and overhead. Palms facing in towards each other. Take it into a little torso bend again, hips staying where they are. Feel that gorgeous stretch through the waist. Inhale back to center, exhale down on the other side. Good. Inhale up, exhale, swoop down. Good. And just stay, find your kind of place where you just feel like you want to hang out here for a moment. Maybe your knees are bent, maybe they're straight, maybe you're quite high with your fold, or maybe you're all the way down with knuckles just dragging over your mat. Wherever you are, just move or stay still as required. And then when you're ready, use that belly button, bring it in towards your spine, and as you do so, start to straighten up. Peeling, 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 stacking that vertebrae one at a time, all the way up to the top. Give the shoulders a little roll through, fingers, a little wriggle, toes lifting away from the mat. A little pedal through the knees. Shake it all out, and we are done. Pilates with light weights. I hope that you felt that in a really good way. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all for the next one. Take care.